1 Corinthians 2 verse 11.
Thank you, yes.
For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him?
Yes.
Even so.
Even so. So that's a comparison now. Even so. This is what he really wanted to talk about. So he gave an illustration before. That now he is come to the actual matter, wanting to talk about the things of God, not necessarily the things of men.
Okay.
Now when it comes to the things of God,
the things of God knoweth no man.
No man has the capacity, no man has the ability to know the things of God. Anything that is of God can no man know. By the things of God, don't just think of the spiritual things. Because God being a spirit, you assume the things of God, all of them are spiritual.
Yes, that's true.
Including the physical.
That's profound.
No man will ever know the things of God. Even if geography is the subject of God. If the thing is of God, if the rock is of God, if agriculture is of God, your understanding of a plant cannot be human understanding. Everything that is in the class of God, no human can understand. Everything that is of God that you know as a man, you know it by the Spirit of God in you, or by the Spirit of God that you are. It's a function of the Spirit of God and not even of the brain. It is a function, your knowing of the things of God. The intelligence that you have with regards to the things of God is contained within the Spirit of God that you are. You know nothing as a man. You know everything that you know about God by His Spirit. You can only know God by His Spirit. Are you following?
Yes, following that.
Okay. So if you are to extrapolate that concept and then you put it into other facets, other areas of life, you also realize that you are never going to know anything that is external unless you have that something internally. Just like you cannot know the outward things of God unless you have an inward spirit of God.
That already knows.
That knows. That goes beyond just knowing God. It goes to even everything else that you know. Everything that you know cannot be known by you. Anything that you know must be known by what you know. What you are knowing knows itself. It's like when detectives get to a place that has just been broken into, they extract fingerprints.
Yes.
They have a way of lifting fingerprints and they take them into the lab.
Yes.
And then the next thing that they do is to feed those fingerprints into the system, hoping the fingerprints of the suspect has already been fed into the system. So it runs through the system looking for a perfect match.
Wow. Yes.
So that's the pairing. So that that which is known by itself. So, but what if the fingerprints were not
in the database,
fed into the system? It will come out no match. Why am I telling you all this? So that you know that your attempt to want to go out there and find money, there must be sufficient cells in your brain which are in monetary shape. You will never, I've told you before, I'm saying if you don't have love, you will never find love. If you don't contain and nurture and cultivate joy, wherever you go, it is chaos. So it is the joy that you have worked on, that you have developed, that identifies external joy. How about money? So before $1 million can be established in the life of an individual, there must be $1 million mentality. How much of that external object do you have internally so that the money that you have is known by the money that you are? How come you can pick a glass of water, even if it's orange juice, and you drink and you say something is wrong with this orange juice.
Yes.
There's a pre-programmed test. There is the original state in its pure form that you have thought of, that you have tested before, and it was kept as memory.
Wow.
So when you come across the impure, there's no match. There's a conflict between the two. This cannot be orange. There's something else with this drink. I'm not interested. You don't like it. Why? Who is saying I'm not interested? It's not even you. It is the orange. This is why then deep meditation upon success becomes key. So that you go out there searching for success, and it is the successful you that will find success. You must work on your brain until you become mentally abundant. You're going out there, what you're looking for, you must have that already in you. So that when $1 million come, they are gravitating towards their mate.
Okay.
When money is mentioned, it's a word.
Yeah.
It has to hunt for cells that are in that shape in your head. So that when money physically comes to you, it is coming for its marriage, its reunion. It is uniting itself to itself. You know money by money. You know goodness by goodness. So meditation becomes key before you become successful. Meditate upon the laws of God, and by so doing you shall make thy way prosperous.
Thank you.
Whatsoever things are good, think upon these things.
Whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just.
Please take note of those things.
Whatsoever things are
Pure. Yes?
whatsoever things are lovely.
Lovely. Look at the nature of all of these things. He's leading you to something. Yes?
Whatsoever things are of good report.
If things are of a good report.
If there be any virtue.
If there be any virtue, if there be any power, here comes the instruction.
And if there be any praise. Think on these things.
Think on these things. Restrict your thinking. Make these things your only focus. This is your guideline. So you are programming, you are wiring your brain, allowing your brain to take on the form of what you are going to be hunting for. It is not all of you that is going to find money. It is the money in you that finds money. How much of that money that you have inside of you will determine how much you will extract from your atmosphere, from your environment. It's a certain energy, a frequency that you are emitting from your brain, which is the activity of the mind. And things of like nature are gravitating towards their tribe. So before you even start to think of going out there and you kill an animal, do you have a picture of the animal? Do you have a cell in your head that is of that shape of an animal? Because that cell is what is going to help you identify when that animal features. So it's good to take your time, ponder upon successful things and good things. And then as you meditate upon that, you are that already. Money is not coming to make you rich. No. Resources, it just becomes the gathering of what you are. It will gravitate towards its nature, its tribe.
So it's coming because you are rich.
You are rich. You must be rich before you become rich. Money should not even come. It's not even coming for you. It's coming for its pay. So you must understand that. Take your time. Think upon these good things. And as you do that, and you meditate upon these things, you are becoming that. Even before you acquire them, you are becoming that. Look at it. From God's own perspective, he's even saying, as a man thinketh, so is he. As a man thinketh,
Yes.
so is he. You are what you are thinking. You are what you are thinking. That's why then you see, be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. Transformation of life is as a result of the renewing the human mind. If we can change what you are thinking,
Yes.
if we can influence your brain
Yes.
to get rid of the wrong mind that you have, and then you get the right mind, it becomes the transformation of the entire being. So in every sector that you find yourself in, whether it's a gathering or it's a group that you belong to, it's a church,
Yes.
prefer a ministry that addresses your brain. It is only that ministry that is capable of bringing transformation to its members.
Wow.
You become your thinking. You become your reasoning. Do you have it in your head? What is your highest level of success that you've had as a concept? What do you consider success? What do you consider abundance? You have raised your brain to that level of thinking, and your life, when you get there, you get stuck. So it's an exercise that you can start at any time. Reprogram your brain.
Thank you, Father.
You have chosen wrong thoughts.
Thank you.
So what do? You resist things that are not yourself. I cannot be shortchanged. I cannot be downtrodden. That's not what I'm practicing. I never thought of that. Why should it happen to me? If it's to happen, it's an occurrence, but it can't be permanent.
Thank you.
If you had set your brains on the right path, there are things that you should never think about. Things should be of a good report. Those are the things that you should think about.
All right.
There are certain books that you must never read. So work on your reasoning. You need to work on your mind. Think upon whatsoever things are good. Take your time and you meditate upon these things. This is why you cannot be watching a violent movie before you go to bed. Your experience during the night becomes violent. So take your time, the last 10 minutes while you're trying to get your sleep, you have to be thinking upon the good things. Things that are supposed to be so lovely.
Thank you.
Nah?
Yes.
Yes. Whatsoever things are good, please think upon these things.